Ladies, gentlemen, and centaurs, welcome to the second ever episode of the Everyday Centaur podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Preston Harsey, with
AJ King,
Chase Gilbert.
And we've got a much better show for you this week than last week. Hopefully we actually have the audio and stuff together and something fun to talk about. Today, we're going to start off with a really fun story because all three of us are valets at the hospital in town. And we're going to share our experiences. So first off...
Wait, if you don't know what a valet is, go ahead, Preston. Explain what a valet is.
First off, we need to know, for those people who don't know what the valet is, there's a surprising amount of people who don't know what a valet is. And you don't realize they don't know what a valet is until they get there.
There's clear signs sitting there saying what it is.
So a valet is whenever you pull up to the box that says valet.
You get out of your damn car.
Mm-hmm. And you walk inside after receiving a ticket.
So then when you get done with your hospital visit and or orgy, you bring the ticket out, you give it to us, and we pick your car up.
And that's pretty much how it works. Now, at a normal valet, I'm pretty sure it's just a lot of running and grabbing nice cars, and I think that's what a lot of people think of a valet. But being a valet at a hospital is a much different beast.
In Carrollton, Georgia.
It's pretty backwoods around here. So I kind of want to get into, just to get things interesting, the grossest thing you've ever seen at the valet. And AJ, you haven't been working there near as long as Chase has.
Right.
About how long do you think you've been working there?
I've been working here since Halloween, so what is that?
That's October.
4 months?
Yeah, something like that. So what's the grossest thing you've seen in your 4 months?
I think I saw Chase's wife pull up one day. I don't know. I've gotten in. Okay, no, I haven't seen anything that's too bad, but I valeted a truck one day that had just drawn through a cow pasture and smelled like straight shit.
I was there.
It was the worst smell.
And all the guy said, he was like, it might smell a little, but literally made me sick at my stomach.
Right, it's like someone defecated and then threw it in my face. That's what it was. That's what it was like.
Like, how did it smell that bad on the inside though? It smelled worse on the inside than the outside.
Yeah. I think the craziest part about these stories is going to be how people came to the conclusion is like, the valets won't mind. They'll totally be fine with this. Now, Chase, I know you have a pretty good story with some photo evidence.
Well, I mean, we can get to that, but let's talk about what I've seen in the car before.
Okay.
I don't have photo evidence of that. I was too afraid to touch anything after I had to get in this vehicle. But it's your fault, actually. Remember that car that you just went ahead and parked that day? You couldn't even see out of it because of the mold growing on it.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently, they leave the window down because they know they have birds living in their car. There's a bird nest where a radio's supposed to be. I want to say an older S10 maybe.
God, it smelled so bad.
And there was human poop in the seat. Human poop in the passenger seat. If it was in the driver's seat, I would have not gotten in it. I shouldn't have gotten in it in the first place.
No.
But it's your fault. You should have told them to go away.
Honestly, at the valet, a lot of things were my fault.
Yes, most of the things.
So I guess to get on the grossest thing that I've ever seen was down in the surgery area, and this car pulls up and it looks fine. It's a newer car. The guy's nice. He gets out. He starts walking inside. And he's a big old fella. And he starts walking inside, and I look at his back and I see his pants and just a nice little river of dampness all the way down his pants. And I got a good feeling about what happened. So I walk up to the car, and I look in the seat, and sure enough, there's just a puddle of piss. And I had to go inside and get 2 plastic sheets from the nurses and just, laid them down on top. And I kind of, just sat up, just kind of, pulled it up a little bit. It was in a...
Kind of like how you do in a public restroom.
Yeah, you just hover. You gotta hover.
But how do you do that in a car? You, hold
no,
yourself
and especially
in
a stick shift. That's the hardest part.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I only pulled it up 15 feet, though, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Kind of bumped it into a pole and got out. Caught on fire. Good day's work.
All right, so Another thing that I feel like we should talk about is unruly customers.
Oh man.
Because we get plenty of them. This one time at the valet, I'm sitting there, and this is probably maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, and this Cadillac pulls up. This guy gets out, and I go, "Good morning, sir. Would you like to valet with us today?" And he said, "Why the hell else would I be here right now?" I was like, "I'm very sorry, sir. I didn't mean to offend you." And he goes, and I walk around the other side of the car, put down the license number, and then I see his wife just like yell at him on the way in there. So I was like, maybe that'll be fine. And I think somebody else that day was actually at the coffee shop inside the hospital, and he was behind them in line. They were waiting for the barista to come around to the counter, and he was like, "What's taking you so long?" So yeah, that was one experience with that. You got one?
I haven't had any bad customers. I've heard stories, and I've seen customers like yelling at our employees, but I've never like had a personal experience. Except one time, these regulars that come into short stay. This guy, he's an amputee, so he needs a wheelchair every time he comes in. And what he'll do is he'll roll down the window, "Wheelchair, wheelchair, 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 wheelchair." And I didn't understand him at first. I was like, "What?" He said, "Wheelchair." Oh, okay. And then the wife did this. I was like, okay, I need to get a wheelchair. So that's about as worse as I personally experienced. Yes. Like,
use your words, people.
I've seen this before, but if you actually did that in a wheelchair, someone would sue you. You put them in the wheelchair and you just go, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
I really like how people don't know that whenever you release the handle of these wheelchairs that they break. And so somebody will just be pushing this big old 300-pound lady, and then you'll just like let go of the wheelchair, and then it just goes, and then it just the curvature of the earth like just changes a little bit for a second.
Yeah, you see that big person's gravity affect everyone else because we all do that.
So I guess we're gonna get into some more. Do you want to talk about a recent incident that happened at the valet?
Are we talking about the bathroom incident?
No,
the recent one.
Yeah, I'm talking about this week.
I don't know.
I mean, I was there for it.
You were there. It was pretty bad. It was a 2-day thing. The guy comes a lot, and I don't know if he was just having a bad day. I know I was. I think our bad days just clashed. And he wanted his car brought up closer. It was 20 feet away from him. And he thought...
About a car and a half's distance.
Yeah. He thought that I just got out of the car and left it way back there and made him walk. But the thing was, his car was sitting there for at least 3 minutes while he was on his phone just talking. And then finally when he hung up...
And he wasn't just on his phone talking. He was on his phone talking and facing the wrong way.
Yeah.
So he couldn't even have seen if you pulled it up.
No. But, I mean, he got mad that day and whatever. Next day he comes back. He comes out of the door with apparently some other people that he knew. And the whole time he was talking about, he saw me. And, I don't like it when people talk bad about me. And if they do it to my face, I'm going to stand up for myself. But he was sitting there telling those people, "Oh, man, he's getting your car. You don't need to let him get your car." And I was like, whatever. And then another guy that works with this Paul was getting this guy's car. Mm-hmm. And you were there at this point.
I was standing up at the valet stand, and so whenever Paul brought around the minivan, he, of course, brought it all the way up because there were no other cars there, unlike the day before whenever Chase parked his car. And he reached into his pocket, pulled out a $1 bill, and said, "I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. I don't appreciate this one right here." Because he doesn't know what a handicapped person needs.
He's never tipped before. He's been there at least 30 times since I've been there.
Then I immediately I don't let anyone give any crap to my coworkers, and so I immediately was just like, "Excuse me," and at that point I think Paul was already trying to defuse the situation.
Yeah.
Because me and you would have not been nice to him at all.
Good thing he was there that day.
That's the only time you'll hear us say that.
So now I do want to go into the bathroom thing.
That was bad. I don't know when that was. I think it was last winter. I got a picture.
I remember.
I'll put it up later. But have you ever seen Daddy Daycare?
Yes. It's been a while.
That scene where he opens the bathroom door and it's like, and he's looking everywhere. That's what it was like. I walked in there and it was like a crime scene of doo-doo. But I walked in the door and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to pull out my phone. So I pulled out my phone and I took a picture. But it's a one-seater unisex bathroom, and all over the rim and in the toilet was just this dried doo-doo bomb. Like, you could tell it was diarrhea, and it just went all over the seat. But then there was a trail from the
smear trail.
Seat, yeah,
a smear trail
to the trash can. So I lean over and look in the trash can, and there's whitey tidies that are no longer white, just covered in doo-doo.
And see, what I remember about this is because I think we were working together that day, and I was sitting in the waiting area where we chill and wait for cars to pull up in the winter, and I just remember seeing you're like, hey, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, and you walked back towards the bathroom and you turned to right, and then for some reason I just like kept looking, and then you just come right back out and you start walking back towards me like, and I was like, what's up, man? And you're like, you should go to the bathroom. I don't want to go to the bathroom, Chase. What's in the bathroom?
Good friends would say, don't go to the bathroom. That would pique interest. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
And so then he pulls out his phone and he shows me this picture. And I'm really glad I didn't go into that bathroom.
It was bad.
It was pretty bad. All right. So I feel like, do you guys have anything else you really want to mention or talk about the valet? On this episode, at least.
Yeah, there's one thing that I thought of that was it's just kind of profound how stupid some people are.
No, you.
So like, all right. So this happened yesterday with me and Preston, and it happens 2 or 3 times a week probably, if not more. So we're sitting in the waiting area. We have our valet shirts, our valet jackets, and people walk right past us and go outside and stand there with their ticket.
In like 30-degree weather?
Yeah. And then they, like, when we walk out to get their ticket, they're like, oh, are you valet? No, I'm not. Like, yes, I am.
No, it's not like it says it here,
like right here.
Or anything like that.
We parked your car when you brought it up, and we're all wearing the same thing.
It's very evident. They're very like bright red and black jackets.
And like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but most of these people that do this are women. Women do this. Women do this most of the time. I'm not saying all women are stupid.
I feel like what it really is, and you notice this whenever they walk through, they pull out their ticket early, which is unlike the men. The men usually keep it in their wallet up until they come out, and then they're like, oh, I should probably get my ticket out. Let me look for that.
But they always have their ticket. They know where it is.
Yeah.
Women are like...
Well, and and only the women that I'm talking about are the ones that do the ticket thing. It's they get it out early, but they're so determined to get this ticket to the valet stand that they don't even look around them. So when they walk through the waiting room, they don't even look around to see if we're in there or anything like that. They just beeline straight out of that door, walk up to the valet stand, and stand there like this until we walk up.
See, in my case, sometimes they'll walk through, they'll look to their right where I'm sitting, and they'll look at me. I know you see me. I see you see me. And, you see me, see you. So I see you, see me, see you. So, like, where is the misunderstanding here? Like, I'm wearing this valet jacket. You have a ticket. I can go get your car for you. But you want to walk outside into the freezing cold where you don't have to. I mean, that's your choice. But you go up and then you just sit outside, just wait there until I come around 30 seconds later to get your ticket. So, I don't know. I'm just... If you see me, give me your ticket. Don't walk past me and expect me to follow you outside to get your ticket.
And it happens all the time.
All the time.
I usually try to throw in some kind of weird quip like, hey, well, it's we're hanging out in there next time, just so you know. And they're like, oh, that must be so nice. I bet it's warm in there. Yes, it is. Alrighty, so moving on. AJ, I believe you have a topic for us.
That kind of was my topic.
Well, that works. Well, we're going to go ahead and go on to our topic number 3, which is going to be what it's like to start a podcast. I figured this one would be pretty easy considering we're doing it. So the first thing that we ended up doing, I had to beg Chase for a year to do this. And then we finally did it, and it's been awesome. The best part is we were able to use stuff that we already had on us. We're filming with Chase's cell phone. I already had this blue microphone from whenever I was trying to record my own music. Our friend Ben's over, and he has some of his own audio equipment that he has here helping us out with. And it's just a matter of taking notes and trying to be prepared. And as prepared as you think you are for every episode, you're never prepared enough. But practice makes perfect. And as we move on through this, I feel like it's going to get better and better.
It is a lot of preparedness, but also improv. 'Cause
Yeah.
a lot of this is just whatever comes to mind, you say it. So.
I must be stupid. I'm just
So
No,
what-
I think people are enjoying the somber, silent,
I'm just gonna.
stone face it. No, I want to let that happen for a little bit. But one thing that we're really excited about doing is putting out more content. That's the main thing that we really want for this page. Meaning, hopefully we'll be doing a lot of Let's Plays. We've already have a list of a lot of the games we're going to try to do. We've already started our Firewatch live stream, and it's uploaded to YouTube if you want to go back and look at that. The future ones we're going to have, we might turn off the chat feature so that they're better for archiving on YouTube, but we will be paying attention to the comments as we live stream, so that if you want to talk to us or anything like that, we'll be there on that. Yeah, we want to play like GTA 5, some Helldivers, Nom Nom Galaxy, Toy Soldiers, The Division when it comes out. That's going to be awesome. And hopefully we can get a Rock Band gameplay in, because I shred the drums. Other things we want to do, we want to have some other shows on our channel. One that we've kind of been playing around with the idea of, I'm not sure if exactly set in stone yet, Drunk Sports.
Yeah.
Which was really AJ's idea, so I'm going to let him talk about it a little bit.
Drunk Sports, it's basically what it is. I plan on getting kind of tipsy. Starting the show and then just, ooh, shot. And we'll fast forward that, so it's just me just taking shots at, light speed. And then I'm sitting here drunk, and, I get on like ESPN or some sports channel online, and I'm just talking about the sports. And hopefully I'll have a friend or someone to do this with, because it's going to be stupid if I do it alone. And then
I'll do it with you. I don't even know sports.
After we talk about sports, I want to play like a sports game like Madden or FIFA, just just kind of add into it, because I know that would be hilarious to have basically no motor function but playing these video games. So
that's the best way to play any video game, I'm pretty sure, except for The Witness. Don't play The Witness drunk. You'll just get really upset and break something. One more thing I wanted to talk about, and that is music preference. That's something we haven't talked about on here yet, and I kind of want to know. So I guess we'll start with you, Chase. What's your favorite bands, music genres, anything?
One Direction.
My name's Jeff.
Chase likes One Direction.
No.
Because
it just popped up on the radio.
Yeah, that's what he said, but it happened twice.
I don't know what's happening.
Just popped
off
up
his cell phone.
Off his cell phone when he clicked the button.
It's a new cell phone. I got new stuff, man. New music. I don't know. I hardly ever listen to music. I'm lame. It's probably a bad thing. I hear that music is a good way to get rid of depression.
Yeah.
Or hold it down.
suppress the depression.
Press its face in the water for a good 3 minutes.
Oh, just hold it under until the bubbles stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works for most things.
I don't know. I mean, I like music. If I don't like it, then
I
I'll let
like
you
it.
know. That's the only thing I can say is, if I don't like it, I'll let you know.
You should check out some comedy music. I think you'll like that a lot. Like Cosmo Jarvis or someone like that. He's got a really good song called Gay Pirates.
Gay pirates.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Like, are they happy, or are they doing...
No, they're gay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're gay. Do they have partners? Or they
one
just,
each.
Or they
Because
just like,
they're each other's partner.
they just say that they're gay, but they don't have partners. It's just
I
kind of weird.
I think they're real gay pirates.
You know, I'm married, but no one's ever seen my wife, so what's going on there?
That is true. It's a mystery. We're recording at your house.
Yes.
With no wife or no pictures.
No pictures, no pictures. So, AJ, I know that you have a pretty unique music taste because I've heard you blaring some, was it Motion City soundtrack or Mayday Parade in your car
Mayday
once?
Parade,
Yeah.
I do love me some some good Mayday Parade. That's probably my all-time favorite band. I know just about every one of their songs. I have all of their CDs, but I think my music preference is like based solely on my brother's music preference, who I used to ride with all the time. He's 4 years older than me, so when I'd get in the car with him, I would hear his music. So like my favorite three bands are Mayday Parade, Coheed and Cambria, and All Time Low, which I listen to all the time because of him. So
Those are some awesome bands.
but bands, that's my favorite bands wise. But music,
Mm.
I listen to everything. Like no shit, I'll jam out to some High School Musical every now and then. But
We're
then
all in this together.
and then I'll flip it on to like System of a Down, and you know just like so.
Wake up and you put a little makeup.
So like it's, I don't know. I just have a very wide music taste. I'm not a big fan of rap, but there is some that I do like. So
That trap music.
the only music I don't like is like techno stuff or like just techno. I hate
EDM.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Daft
fan
Punk.
either.
Yeah, no.
I love Daft Punk.
What was that?
Your dog's being weird.
Nah, something scratched on the door and it's unlocked. Now I'm getting nervous.
Wait, was the door unlocked before?
I locked it, but someone came back inside.
Oh God!
It's a good thing we got a Spanish conquistador.
After I edit it, I'm gonna like throw in like little clips of murdered bodies or something.
You should.
You know, so fast that they don't see it, but
Subliminal.
they feel uncomfortable. They just don't know what's going on.
There's a little uneasy.
Yes.
Something's up.
Or I could just throw in that picture of the doo-doo toilet.
Yeah, the doo-doo
Getting
toilet I think
sick.
should come up multiple times in this podcast.
Definitely.
So I guess to talk a little bit about my music past. One of the more interesting things that I didn't know that rock music existed until I was 11, 12, when I heard Lenny Kravitz's "I Want to Get Away, Fly Away," something like that. That was my first rock song, and then I had my first like best friend in middle school, and he was really into Linkin Park, so I was like really into Linkin Park all throughout middle school. And then I took a very shift turn into Southern rock, and I wore like the Confederate flag shirt, said Leonard Skinner on it. My first concert was Leonard Skinner, and let me tell you, there is nothing like seeing your first pair of boobies whenever you're 12 during Freebird. Like it's absolutely incredible. I can't even describe the experience. But from then I moved into a lot of like metal stuff, which it's funny because all of those things I just mentioned, I don't listen to any of them. Now it's a lot of smaller kind of indie stuff. I like All Get Out, Manchester Orchestra, stuff like that. But I wanted to mention a couple of albums that came out recently. The first one's one of my all-time favorite bands, Say Anything. They just released a surprise album about a week ago, maybe. And the entire thing was done with the lead singer and the drummer for Mute Math. They did the entire thing over the span of a few months, and it's out now. It's really good. And also, one of my all-time favorite bands, and I know a lot of people are going to hate on me for this, but Panic at the Disco. And they just put out one of the best albums I have ever heard. It is so good. On a couple of the songs, the best way I could describe it is a new age Frank Sinatra. Like, it is really good. And I suggest you guys listen to it just because I can't help but dance to those songs. I get down.
So it turns out the gay pirates we were talking about earlier, Preston happens to be one of them.
Yarg.
Yarg.
All right. We're approaching the end of our podcast today, but one thing that I wanted to do is play a game called Super Fight. If none of you've ever heard of it before, you can find it at like any comic book shop or game shop. They're about $20 a deck, and the deck that I have right now is the R-rated deck, which means this game is going to be a little more likened to Apples to Apples or something like that, or not Apples to Apples, Cards Against Humanity, where there's some naughty stuff in there. So the premise is both Chase and AJ are going to get 3 modifier cards and 3 player cards. Now the player cards is going to be a noun. Something like Godzilla or a monkey with 5 testicles. And what they will do is choose 1 fighter and 1 modifier from their set of cards. They will lay them down, and then I will decide who wins. The first person to 3 wins wins.
So we can look.
Yes. And now the cards that you don't use go into a discard pile.
Okay. After looking at these, I understand.
So the first time I ever encountered a super fight deck was in my loot crate from about 8 months ago or something like that. It was a loot crate exclusive deck that had some pretty funny stuff in it. But after playing that for a while, I decided that I needed to get some more cards. They have a larger set for like $25, but these single decks do everything you need them to.
Alright, so I choose these.
Okay, there you are. Hand me your discards. What did you throw away? Really into bestiality, but in a weird way. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So I just put down a black and a white.
Yep. And hand me your others.
I guess there was a better card in there, but I didn't use it.
Oh, you had Republicans and Scientologists.
Yes.
And can summon an army of African children.
That was the one didn't want to throw away, but I did.
I understand. But wearing the strap-on was a good one, too. All right, gentlemen, reveal your cards.
Alright. Mine is a huge dick generates a force field while masturbating.
Whoa, so let me get this straight. So the dick is self-masturbating?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
All I can picture are those force field generators in Star Wars Episode 1, and just a giant penis instead of those dinosaur creatures with the generator on their back. I don't know. That's just what popped in my head first.
I want to say one more thing. So whenever he's finished masturbating, whenever it happens, does the force field go away? And if so, is the ejaculate enough to kill what Chase has?
I don't know what Chase has. Let's see.
Well, mine is my genitals can only be killed by teabagging.
Okay, so unfortunately, Chase, you're in a really bad predicament because the only requirement to kill your genitals
Is teabagging.
is a teabagging.
And he's got a freaking force field.
That's what I'm saying. He's already got this.
With
so
a huge dick.
I think it's fair to say that AJ wins round 1. So Chase, hand me your cards.
Could you
stay out.
imagine this? just two genitals bumping into each other and one exploding.
Oh God! Just
Seems like a late night
one of
commercial
those-
or something.
yeah.
That seems about every time. I have
No
sex.
talking, just
Wait, so he's gonna get another chance to beat this?
Yes.
Or should we just do another whole round?
I tell you what, let's do another whole round, and the first person to just 3 full wins.
okay.
The way the game is regularly played is the
So I've won. I've got a point, right?
yes. The way it's no, the way it's regularly played is the winning creature stays out until or stays in until they are defeated. Oh, I feel like this is going to be a good one.
These enemies good.
We might cut out some of the wait time on these.
Oh, sorry.
I guess these two. There you go.
Alrighty, our discards. Oh, you threw away human centipede
I've never seen
and
that
laser
movie.
nipples.
You don't have to see that movie. Oh, please don't go see Human Centipede.
Or Human Centipede 2.
2 Mormons on mountain bikes.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, fellas.
Alright, Chase.
Loser goes first, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I got Japanese schoolgirl armed with an STD launcher.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Okay.
That could cause some damage.
They've got some technology over there, man.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I got the ghost of Osama bin Laden is really, really stoned.
Wow. I think either way, this is going to take a while. But I do feel like the Japanese schoolgirl might have it just because she can live longer. And after he gets the STD, he's not going to have much time.
But he's a ghost. He can't get it.
Oh, is he a
He's a
ghost?
ghost.
Oh, man. So he can't even get an STD.
Or die.
Well, he'll outlive the
He's already-
schoolgirl.
he's already
Unless she
dead.
turns into a ghost. AJ, that's 2 points.
Dang.
Chase, you can't get a break, man.
It's really just the luck of the draw.
Round 3. All right, Chase, if you lose this one, that's it. It's game over. The podcast is over, too.
Oh, God. I gotta do this. This doesn't win.
Okay. Oh, those weren't good. Oh, that would have been interesting.
I threw away a good one, but I think I kept the better one.
Priest and a feminist. Pubic hair can stretch and move at will.
I like
Okay,
that.
that was a really impressive card. You better have kept something good.
All right, Chase.
Losers first.
Baby Jesus is wearing an armor made of dried semen.
Baby Jesus is wearing an armor
Wearing armor
made of
dried
dried semen.
semen. Yes.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Penis can stretch and move at will.
Holy crap!
Okay, so we have baby Jesus in in a suit of armor made of dried semen, and then we have Jesus Christ, the adult version, with a penis that can stretch and move at will.
Just
Now, trying to avoid sacrilegion, does Jesus Christ choke out baby Jesus with his stretchable dick?
so the way you judge this game is on who lives the longest.
Well, it depends.
Depends on
do
the
you
judge.
have a good argument?
It
Do you have a
depends
good
on the
argument?
judge.
Make your
Basically,
arguments if you
Who's
have them.
wearing he's wearing armor made of dried semen.
Who would win?
That's harder than diamond, according to the internet.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man. I really hate this for you, man. But it looks like you lost.
But it's so good.
I know. I'm sorry. He had the older version.
But it's baby Jesus.
Yeah, but this
Haven't
one's.
you ever seen Talladega Nights?
Have you ever seen a stretching
Dear
penis?
Lord, baby Jesus.
You know Jesus grew up, right?
So yeah, that's the end of the show today, folks. If you'd like, please find us on Stitcher, iTunes, and Player FM. Please try to rate us on iTunes. Maybe subscribe. We also want you to email us at everydaycentaur@gmail.com. We're going to try to put that at the bottom of the screen. If we can't, we're going to put it in the description. Just email us any questions, any topics you'd like to hear us talk about, any suggestions you have for the show. So thank you very much, everybody. Hopefully we'll have our theme song coming up pretty soon. I wrote it. It's pretty nice. It's about Dave here, our Centaur friend, who doesn't have a penis nor a beard. So thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah, that too. That's what day it is.
And President's Day.
Oh, my God, there's so many days.
So many days. I'm leaving.
Okay, bye!
Once upon a time he was a mythical creature, always showing off his mythical features to lady centaurs and other creatures too. So a crusty old wizard knew what he must do. He sent our best friend Dave from dimensions away without a genitalia and a working man's shave.